If you are thinking about taking EFT level 1 and 2, but you're still not totally sure, I wanted to share some of the common questions that I get to see if this may help you. Hi, my name is Lauren Nicole Fonville, and I am an EFT trainer and practitioner that's certified through EFT International. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right in. Do I need experience with EFT? That is a question that I'll hear often. And so the answer straight up is no. You do not need experience with it. If you're curious about it, if maybe you've done a little bit of tapping and you want to know more, if you've done no tapping at all, but you want to learn, this is for you. I teach everything step by step, and we move at a pace that feels supportive and not overwhelming. So this is for you, even if you've never had any sort of tapping experience. And is this for practitioners or people who want to be practitioners or just coaches? The answer to that is no, it's not. If you want to become a practitioner or you are a coach and you want to do this, of course, you're open to this, but it's not just restrictive to those people. Many people take the class simply to support themselves and have a deeper understanding of tapping. And then there are other people who are in the helping field, like coaches, like therapists, who want to learn this modality to be able to share it with other people. And so that is for them as well. What if I'm afraid I'm going to get too emotional? So I want to say that this is, obviously emotions sometimes can come up, but this is not therapy. We're never going to dive into really deep personal stuff here. When I'm teaching, I always try to keep it in the shallow end of the pool, is what I like to say. We're not gonna do some sort of tapping example on somebody's trauma at this level. So we do this, and I teach this in a way that is safe. If something happens, where it could be because sometimes life happens, and you don't necessarily realize that one thing that maybe somebody else brings up we're tapping on, and it can trigger you. If that happens in a class, I have somebody that is there with me, that is what I call EA, an emotional assistant, and all you need to do is send them a message over Zoom saying that you are feeling a little bit triggered, and you can go into a breakout room, and they are going to help you to regulate and feel calmer, and then come back into the space. I'll be honest with you, that has not happened in any of the classes that I have taught, and I think that is because of the way that I teach it, and that the safety is really important. However, the emotional assistant is always there should you need them. What makes EFT level 1 and 2 different from just tapping videos? So I will say, I think tapping videos are great. You're probably watching this on YouTube, so you see that I have all of these tapping videos here. That being said, there is only so much that a tapping video can do, right? Because it's not live. And so when you're tapping one-on-one with someone, there's more that can be done. And I think learning those foundational techniques to be able to help yourself as well as help other people is really important, because you can only learn so much from a YouTube video. And I don't really teach technique in my YouTube videos. It's being demonstrated, but I'm not teaching you how to tap as much as it's just like you're tapping along with me. So that's really the difference. Then I think the class really helps you to gain confidence and the ability to implement it yourself, because a lot of the time people will come to me and they'll say, I don't know what to say when I'm tapping by myself, and this will teach you how to really put words to what it is that you're feeling, so that you can get yourself feeling grounded and feeling better and lighter. What if I'm busy or worried about keeping up? So I will say that this is a commitment. It's a pretty decent time commitment, right? Once a week, 3 hours a week, plus any tapping exchanges that you do with your classmates in between. So I would say it is important that you have the time to be able to attend the classes live. That is a requirement. So if now is not the right time for you, that's okay. You can check back for the next cohort, but being able to commit yourself to this work, I do think is really important. That being said, if there is like an event that you have, or there is like something that prevents you from coming to part of a class or like one class, we can talk about it. But yeah, committing to this work is really important. I think that's all my questions for now. If you have additional questions, feel free to comment on this video. I will answer your questions. If you want individualized, feedback, please reach out. We can hop on a call. I'm happy to answer any question you may have about this process. I would love to tap with you and teach you and see you in EFT level 1 and 2. So take care of yourself, and I'll see you around.